Welcome to Server Logic Simplified.
Have you ever wondered what exactly happens when you click a button on a website or type a web address into your browser and instantly see a new page or a fresh piece of information? Well, at its core, server-side request processing is the systematic sequence of operations a web server performs to handle an incoming client request and then generate an appropriate response. It is the behind-the-scenes engine that powers dynamic web applications. The journey begins when a client, like your web browser, sends an HTTP request to a server. The server's first task is to parse this request, which means it reads and understands all the details like the request method, the URL, and any headers or body content. Next, a crucial step called routing takes place, where the server determines which specific piece of application code, often called a handler or controller, is responsible for fulfilling that particular request. This handler then executes the application's business logic, which involves processing data, applying rules, and potentially interacting with other services or databases. For instance, it might fetch user profiles, update order statuses, or perform complex calculations. After the business logic completes, the server generates an HTTP response, assembling the necessary data, formatting it, perhaps as HTML or JSON, and setting the appropriate HTTP status codes and headers before sending it back to the client. Understanding this intricate flow is incredibly empowering because it provides a clear roadmap for troubleshooting and optimizing your web applications. When a bug appears or performance slows down, knowing each stage of request processing allows you to pinpoint exactly where the issue might be residing. You can trace the request from its entry point, through the routing, business logic, and data access layers, all the way to response generation, helping you debug more efficiently. Moreover, this knowledge enables you to identify potential bottlenecks and implement targeted optimizations, whether it is by improving database queries, caching frequent results, or refactoring slow application code. A fascinating aspect of server-side processing is the widespread use of middleware, which are software components that can intercept and process requests and responses at various points in the pipeline. Middleware is incredibly powerful for implementing cross-cutting concerns like authentication, logging, or data compression, without cluttering your core business logic. Another key concept is statelessness, meaning that each request from a client contains all the information needed to fulfill it, and the server does not store any client-specific state between requests. This design principle makes web servers highly scalable and resilient. Ultimately, grasping how server-side request processing works is a foundational skill for anyone involved in backend development. It equips you with the insights necessary to build, secure, and maintain robust, performant, and reliable web applications that truly stand the test of time.
If this helps you code smarter, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.